Singer Cassie Ventura returns to the stand this morning for more cross-examination in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, yesterday, the defense questioned Ventura about her relationship with Combs and displayed text messages between the two. Earlier this week, she testified that Combs abused and controlled her as well as intimidated her for years. Combs has pleaded not guilty. CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi joins us now to talk about this trial. Caroline, I know you've been watching every twist and turn closely, and yesterday we saw the defense focus on text between Ventura and Combs, seeming to suggest that she was a willing participant, even though the acts were considered graphic. What picture is the defense trying to paint?
Yeah, that's right, Errol. We saw yesterday in this cross-examination nothing unexpected, right? This is Defense 101. They are using Cassie's own words, her text messages in real time. Remember, this relationship happened over the course of 11 years, so they're using old text messages to really pick away at this narrative that this was a non-consensual relationship, that these acts that she participated in were non-consensual, and more to show that they had a real loving relationship, which was at times toxic, which they admit turned violent at times, but which they both wanted to participate in this sort of off-color lifestyle, if you will. And some of these text messages do portray a willing participant. Now, does that mean necessarily that the prosecution will not come back today on redirect and try to rebut this presumption? Absolutely. They are arguing a bit of a more nuanced argument, which was that over the course of these years, from years of abuse and control, really, that she had no other choice but to participate in these events. And then also, you have that really devastating 2016 video evidence of really, really harsh physical violence that Combs was perpetrating against Cassie Ventura, which is, the best evidence when it comes to force, fraud, or coercion to engage in these types of sexual acts.
Yeah, and it's important to also keep in mind the mood in the room that the jury is witnessing. Our own Jerika Duncan had mentioned that Cassie Ventura's husband was sitting in front of her and was eyeing Sean Diddy Combs during Cassie's testimony, making eye contact at one point, Combs with his gray hair looking older. I'm wondering what stood out from the first week for you.
Yeah, really, really almost unbearable testimony. I mean, the reporting is that you could hear audible gasps from some of the photographs shown from the jurors. And, they screened these jurors during voir dire, letting them know that there was going to be incredibly graphic testimony, video evidence, photographic evidence, things like that. Remember, Cassie is very heavily pregnant. She is an incredibly sympathetic witness for the prosecution, regardless of whether or not Combs will be deemed guilty of criminal conduct. What she went through was quite traumatic. And so to hear her story recounted on the stand is incredibly painful. Sean Combs's children are in the courtroom there. As you noted, Cassie's husband is there. It's 11 years ago. She's a different woman than she is today. And those types of things are not supposed to go into the calculation for jurors as to what, guilt or innocence, but really these types of emotional when you feel this emotion in the courtroom, that can really make a difference.
Yeah, and viewers should be careful as they read and consume all the content from this trial because it is graphic and quite traumatic. Caroline Polisi, we appreciate your analysis. Thank you.